Ji, because we really
Thank
want
you.
to learn more about Federation of Indian Industry. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome on board.
Namaskar. Are you continuing or should I?
I'm just introducing you, and this is all yours, Deepak Ji. We want to learn more from you.
I think Hitendra ji will do a better job.
Okay. Over to you, Hidender Mehta Ji. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Kavita ji, you please carry on. Once you are done, I will be then introducing our team as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Shailendra Ji there? Can you speak a few words?
So Hitendra ji, if you can introduce your team, we can talk about your team. Please speak about FII and the organization.
Well, good evening to all in Canada and good morning to all my colleagues here in India. It's been indeed a pleasure to connect with all of you today. So on the occasion of signing of this MOU, just to have a brief introduction, Dr. Deepak Jain is the Director General of Federation of Indian Industry, and he has over 4 decades of rich experience of being into industry. And then he is the one who set up this Federation of Indian Industry along with some colleagues who are here joining as a panelist with all of you. And FII's prime objective is to act as an advisory interface between the government and the industry. And it's been making lots of representations to government on various policy initiatives of the government, particularly for MSME sector, for agriculture sector, for other industry as well. And in past, particularly in last 5-6 years, government has taken so many of our recommendations into very positive stride, and they have considered our recommendation and they have actually incorporated them in the government's policies as well. And at the same time, we are trying to connect Indian diaspora across the world who are settled outside India, but they make immense contribution to the Indian economy by way of maybe contributing, whether they are working there, but then having their other connects also, contributing to economic activities of India in one way or other. So this is one of the key objective of FII as well. So Dr. Deepak Jain will be giving more introduction, but just to quickly tell that FII has, in this short span of period, set up its either country coordinator offices or chapters in 42 countries across the globe. And we are present in almost 22 states in India. So either we have full-fledged chapters or we have our chapter coordinators in those states. So that way we have a wide reach across India as well as different parts of the world. And we are also, like Canadian Hindu Chamber of Commerce, we are signing MOUs with different like-minded organizations in other parts of the world. Like we have signed MOUs with our counterparts in Germany, we counterpart in South Korea, in Middle East, as well as some other important countries. So, and Dr. Jain is a well-known face insofar as the Indian policy-making corridors are concerned, and he will be making more value add when he speaks up. And Dr. Shailendra Vyas is a scientist by profession, but he heads our this startups committee also, and he is one of the core team member of the Federation of Indian Industry. So I think with this small introduction, I will leave the floor open for Dr. Deepak Jain to make his address.
सबको नमस्कार. एक इंट्रोडक्शन छोटी सी और रह गई. हितेंद्र मेहता जी अपने बारे में कुछ बोलते नहीं हैं. He is one of the top SEZ experts in the country. कई SEZ इन्होंने सेटअप किए हैं. He is author of so many books. इनका चेहरा देख के इनकी एज पर मत जाइए, ये एज से ज्यादा डीप हैं. और एफआईआई के फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स में हैं और करीब 10 साल से हम लोग एफआईआई को नर्चर कर रहे हैं इस तरह से जल्दी जल्दी। और वी आर लकी, हमारे ऑलमोस्ट सारे एमओयूज जितेंद्र मेहता जी ने साइन किए हैं। और
थैंक यू सो मच जैन साहब।
ये इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स कमेटी और एससीजेड कमेटी दोनों को हेड कर रहे हैं। एक तो बात ये, और हितेंद्र जी के साथ साथ शैलेंद्र व्यास जी जेनेटिक साइंटिस्ट हैं, इनका अपना स्टार्टअप भी है और ये हमारी स्टार्टअप और स्किल कमेटी को हेड कर रहे हैं। इसके अलावा और किसी की मुझे लगता है, आप जल्दी सुबह आंख नहीं खुली तो और किसी को मैं इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करा सकता। मैं
I think Uditendu ji is trying to join Jain sahab, but I'm sorry. Can join, but I think he is not allowed panel access. If somebody out there could do that, Uditendu Verma is trying to join.
कुशाग्र जी थोड़ा कीजिए, इनको पैनल एक्सेस दीजिए। उदितेंदु जी को सब हमारी टीम के साथ ही ज्वाइन कर लेंगे।
Jain sahab, you continue please.
हाँ, तो उदितेंदु वर्मा ये एआई के एक्सपर्ट हैं और इंडस्ट्री में भी हैं, और ये हमारे सोशल मीडिया आउटरीच कमेटी को हेड कर रहे हैं, फरीदाबाद में बेस्ड हैं और काफी एक्टिव कोर टीम मेंबर्स में हैं उदितेंदु जी। ये तो रहा इंट्रोडक्शंस का पार्ट। जो एमओयू में लिखा है और जो हितेन जी ने बताया है, इसके अलावा थोड़ी सी बैकग्राउंड में आपको एफआईआई के बारे में बताना चाहूंगा। एफआईआई का बेसिक ऑब्जेक्टिव इंडियन इकोनॉमी को स्ट्रेंथन करना है। इंडियन इकोनॉमी चाहे वो एमएसएमई की हो, चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चर की हो, चाहे वो सर्विस सेक्टर की हो, चाहे वो इंडियन डायस्पोरा की हो, उस सबको स्ट्रेंथन करके एक सूत्र में पिरोने का काम एफआईआई करता है। और इसमें बड़ा भारी रोल इंस्पिरेशन देने का बहन सुषमा स्वराज जी, मेरे साथ तो उनके पारिवारिक संबंध थे, उन्होंने एक बार हिंट किया, भाई आप जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खड़ा कर रहे हैं, इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर कम से कम 50-60 देश ऐसे होने चाहिए जहां इंडियन डायस्पोरा स्ट्रांग है, वहां एफआईआई का चैप्टर्स होने जरूरी हैं। उसके बिना आप इकोनॉमी को स्ट्रेंथन नहीं कर सकते। तो उनसे टिप ले करके हमने ये दूसरे देशों में जहां जहां इंडियन डायस्पोरा मौजूद है, 20-25-30 हजार से ज्यादा लोग हैं, वहां अपने चैप्टर सेटअप किए। फॉर्चुनेटली लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्ड किया। आज कनाडा में, यूएस में 12 कंट्रीज हमारे अफ्रीका के अंदर है, 13वां कंट्री हमारे से इंटरेक्ट कर रहा है युगांडा, वहां भी हम चैप्टर सेटअप करने जा रहे हैं। मिडल ईस्ट हमारा कवर्ड है, यूरोप में 4 कंट्रीज हैं, सारा साउथ ईस्ट एशिया राइट अप टू न्यूजीलैंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया तक सारी कवरेज है। जहां जहां इंडियन डायस्पोरा है वहां हमारी कवरेज है। आप हमारी वेबसाइट पे भी अगर देखेंगे उसका फुटप्रिंट एफआईआई का, तो सभी कॉन्टिनेंट्स में हमारी प्रेजेंस है। और फॉर्चुनेटली इंडियन डायस्पोरा ने इसको बहुत वेलकम लिया है, क्योंकि ये हम भी जानते हैं, हम वो भी जानते हैं, 3.5 करोड़ की इंडियन डायस्पोरा हमारी देश के बाहर है, और वो इंडियन इकोनॉमी का जो साइज है उससे ज्यादा की इकोनॉमी को कंट्रोल करते हैं। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा वास्ट ओपन फील्ड है, क्योंकि वो लोगों को जोड़ करके रखना भारत के साथ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हमारे जितने न्यूज चैनल है वो सारा नेगेटिव न्यूज प्रसारित करते हैं, भारत देश में क्या हो रहा है, क्या बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, बाहर तो पता ही नहीं चलती। तो हमारा न्यूज़लेटर भी जाता है करीब 50,000 लोगों को 150 देशों में। तो हमारी कोशिश है ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को हम जोड़ करके रखें, भारत की गतिविधियों से, यहाँ क्या हो रहा है उससे जानकारी दें। और इसी तरह से 3 सेक्टर्स जो हमारे इकोनॉमी के इम्पोर्टेंट सेक्टर्स हैं, एमएसएमई सेक्टर जिस पे 11 करोड़ लोग डिपेंड हैं और हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था का 28%, 28% एमएसएमई सेक्टर कंट्रोल करता है। तो उसका डेवलपमेंट कैसे हो, क्योंकि कोरोना में वर्स्ट हिट सेक्टर वो रहा और करीब 3-4 करोड़ लोग आउट ऑफ बिजनेस हो गए। तो हम उसको रिवाइव करना कैसे, तो 600,000 करोड़ की, ये लाख करोड़ की ये डील हमारी सरकार ने एक्सेप्ट की और इमरजेंसी कोरोना रिलीफ फंड 6 लाख करोड़ का दिया उन्होंने सब एमएसएमई को। इसी तरह से एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में, जिसमें आजकल हमारा स्पेशल फोकस है, क्योंकि राजनेता लोग क्या करते हैं, वो किसान की तरफ देखते, एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर की तरफ नहीं देखते। किसान को 6,000 रुपया दे दो साल का, 8,000 रुपया दे दो, लेकिन उससे एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर नहीं सुधरता। हमने कहा अपने सामने टेंजिबल टारगेट्स लेके चलिए। अभी आज $50 बिलियन की एक्सपोर्ट है, अगले 3 साल में इसको बढ़ा के $100 बिलियन कैसे करेंगे, $150 बिलियन कैसे करेंगे, वो टेंजिबल टारगेट्स लेकर के चलिए। एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कैसे आए, एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर के अंदर वैल्यू एडिशन कैसे आए, इसमें हम हैंड होल्डिंग करेंगे पूरे सेक्टर की। और टेक्नोलॉजी इंडक्शन कैसे हो, इसमें हम हैंड होल्डिंग करेंगे। एफआईआई के पास वास्ट टैलेंट है और ना सिर्फ अपना टैलेंट है, बल्कि और नए नए संबंध हमारे साथ रोज जुड़ रहे हैं। आज मैं आप सब लोगों का भी स्वागत करता हूं। आप लोग कनाडा से हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो थॉट लीडरशिप हमारे नौजवानों की, जो लोग बाहर सेटल्ड हैं, उनकी जो थॉट लीडरशिप है, उसकी हमें जरूरत है आज भारत में। पैसा वैसा इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, लोगों का जुड़ना ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है। थॉट लीडरशिप की आज बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस है, क्योंकि एक नौजवान यहाँ अपना टैलेंट नहीं दिखा पाता, लेकिन बाहर के देश में जाता है तो वो गूगल का सीईओ बनता है, किसी और कंपनी का सीईओ बनता है। आदमी तो वही है ना।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर दीपक जैन जी, आपने इतना इंसाइट दिया, and we're very privileged that we are signing an MOU with the organization of Federation of Indian Industry India से और North America से जुड़ने का बहुत धन्यवाद। Now I'll pass it back to Kavita ji to then start our special presentation for today. Kavita Menon ji, thank you.
Thank you, Maharishi. Thank you, Deepak ji, once again. It's really interesting to know more about what Federation of Indian Industry is up to. And we are really happy that we are getting a chance to work with you and your wonderful team. Before we deep dive into the much awaited talk on Hindu cooperative banking, let me introduce our CHCC board member, Mr. Hardik Shah ji, to speak about our chief guest. Namaste, Hardik ji. Please unmute yourself.
Namaste, everybody.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Now you can give the introduction. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavita ji. Hello, everybody. My name is Hardik Shah, and I will take this opportunity to introduce our speaker for today, Kalpak Manyar ji. He's a chartered accountant from India, and he's a fellow of ICAI, and has 30 years of experience in banking, accounting, and he has some notable achievements in the banking industry. And two of those notable achievements I would like to bring in front of you. And before I give his own personal achievements, I'd like to take a moment to introduce his family background as well. So the Manyar family has been in the banking industry for more than 100 years and are known as Manyar advocates since the time of great grandfather, late Sri Abhay Chandra ji, who was a leading advocate of the British agency. And since then, they have been in accounting and taxation business. And his father was also the elected mayor of Rajkot Municipal Corporation, and for consecutive 8 years. And he was also a member of MLA Legislative Assembly for Gujarat. And he comes from such a rich background, a family background. And for his personal achievements on the banking side, the two notable achievements that I would like to bring to the audience for today is he opened a financial services cooperative in South Africa called Nagrik SAFSC, and was the first chairman in South Africa. And he also developed a model for microfinance banking promoted by Gujarat government under the name of Mukhyamantri Mahila Utkarsh Yojana. And there were 2 lakh beneficiaries, and none of them have any NPA, and are regarded a great model for joint liability earnings and savings group. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Kalpak Manyarji for today's session. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, Kalpak ji.
Okay.
Namaste, Kalpak ji. Welcome.
Yeah. Canadian Hindu Chamber of Commerce के नरेश जी और डायरेक्टर टीम एंड मेंबर्स डॉक्टर जैन साहब और उसकी टीम, आज मैं आप लोगों को एक ऐसी चीज दिखाने जा रहा हूं जिससे न तो केवल अवर हिंदूज यूनाइट हो सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके एलिवेट भी हो सकते हैं और एक दूसरे को हेल्प भी कर सकते हैं। ऐसा पावरफुल मॉडल जो आपको इज्जत भी देता है और रिकॉग्निशन भी देता है। नेक्स्ट पेज प्लीज। तो मनी इज अ प्राइम नेसेसिटी ऑफ एवरी इंडिविजुअल। वो बच्चा है या बड़ा है, इट इज अ प्राइम नेसेसिटी, उसके बिना चलता नहीं है। नेक्स्ट। तो दुनिया का शायद कम बिजनेस ऐसे होते हैं कि जो बिजनेस इज ऑलवेज इन डिमांड एंड नेवर फेसेस एनी रिसेशन। One of them is banking business. Banking business में कब भी रिसेशन नहीं आएगा, वो डिमांड रहेगी ही रहेगी। इवन रिसेशन में भी उसकी डिमांड ज्यादा रहेगी। नेक्स्ट। तो we can establish our own Hindu bank. कनाडा में we can establish this bank, and which shall be governed by Hindus, dominated by Hindus. Next. And establishing a cooperative bank is comparatively easy compared to private bank, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि private bank में there is a requirement of say 1,000 crore, 2,000 crore, 10,000 crores, वो एंट्री लेवल होता है। आफ्टर लेमन ब्रदर्स वो एंट्री लेवल बहुत स्ट्रिंजेंट बना दिया है, लेकिन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक में एंट्री लेवल इज 100 members, मे बी ऑफ 100, I mean you can contribute 100 Canadian dollars, each one can contribute 100 Canadian dollars। तो वो स्मॉल अमाउंट से भी you can become an owner। Next. And there are least laws for licensing for cooperative banks। Next. You can decide your charges, make your own rules and specify procedures। So it's like दूसरी बैंकों की तरह नहीं होता है कि भाई आपको आपके चप्पल घिसने होते हैं, आप अपना रूल्स बनाते हैं, आपके हिसाब से बनाते हैं, आपकी कम्युनिटी के हिसाब से बनाते हैं, तो वी कैन स्पेसिफाई रूल्स. You can even decide rate of interest for your deposits. डिपॉजिट पे आप समझो, हाउ अबाउट, आपके वहां जो भी चलता है, मैं बोलता हूं कि हाउ अबाउट 15% पर एनम, तो आपको बहुत हाई लगेगा, राइट? नेक्स्ट, यू कैन डिसाइड रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट टू पे ऑन योर लोन्स. आपने जब ऋण लिया, लोन लिया, तो उस पे आप कितना चार्ज करोगे वो भी आप डिसाइड कर सकते हो. और मैं बोलूंगा कि 0% हम चार्ज करेंगे, तो कैसा लगेगा? मजा आएगा. लेकिन कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी है. आप बोलते हो कि 15% हम पे करेंगे ऑन डिपॉजिट एंड लोन पे 0% हम चार्ज करेंगे, तो कमाएंगे कैसे? आएगा पैसा किधर से? ऐसा आपको लगेगा कि ये आदमी कुछ गलत बोल रहा है. लेकिन लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. नेक्स्ट, सी, हमारी यहाँ जो बैंक है, जहां मैं चेयरमैन था, उसका नाम है राजकोट नागरिक सहकारी बैंक. उसका सक्सेस स्टोरी क्या है? तो इट वाज स्टार्टेड विथ ओनली 59 मेंबर्स एंड उसका टोटल कैपिटल $50 था. तो आपको लगेगा कि ये कैसे हो सकता है? आप भी वही कर सकते हो. मेंबरशिप बेस is right now 3,25,000 plus members. Each one have contributed only rupees 50 as a share capital. और आज shareholders fund means capital and reserves is 914 million, means 91 crore की कैपिटल और रिजर्व्स है. Each one has contributed only 50 rupees. 50 rupees means not even $1 Canadian. We have 38 branches right now, and we are multi-state scheduled cooperative bank. Directors and policy makers are democratically elected, and we provide loan within 24 hours, and that too at your doorstep. Means आपको बैंक के पास नहीं जाना है, बैंक आपके पास आएगी. And gross profit for the last year was 14 crore, 145 crore, and $17.7 million. So we pay around 20% dividend every year to our shareholders. उसके ये है ना, 50 रुपये में 20% क्या होता है? 10 रुपया होता है. लेकिन we give valuable gifts. So समझो 600 रुपये का गिफ्ट दिया, जो बाजार में 1200 रुपये का मिलता है. ऐसा गिफ्ट देते हैं हर साल. उसको बल्क बार्गेनिंग का बेनिफिट देते हैं. मीन्स हमने BSNL से टाई अप किया कि हमारे पास 3 लाख मेंबर हैं. हमने बोला कि आपका 1 लाख मेंबर हम बढ़ा देते हैं एक नाइट में, तो आप हमें फ्री में वो कार्ड दीजिए. तब कार्ड की कीमत, वो मोबाइल का सिम कार्ड की कीमत थी 300 रुपया. तो हमने बोला कि आप फ्री में हमें दीजिए. और फ्री में, नॉट ओनली फ्री, हमने सामने पैसा मांगा कि आप उसमें 100 रुपये का नहीं, 200 रुपये का टॉक टाइम भी दीजिए. मीन्स 500 रुपये का फायदा. और हमने 1 लाख मेंबरशिप विद इन नो टाइम बढ़ा दी. नहीं, पहले वाला फिर से करिए. तो ऐसे नहीं, पहले वाला फिर से. तो और हमने यहाँ काफी हॉस्पिटल से टाई अप किया है कि हमारे मेंबर को सब्सिडाइज रेट से यहाँ सुविधा मिलनी चाहिए. तो ऐसा काफी चीज किया है हमने. एक छोटा है लेकिन बहुत मजा आएगा. वो काम क्या है कि हमारे मेंबर में इतने मेंबर है 3,25,000. तो रोज 8-10 की तो शादी होती है तो मेंबर के फैमिली में, तो उनको हम लाडी के लिए गाड़ी देते हैं। मीन्स कि उसके वहां जब शादी होती है तो हम उसको हमारी गाड़ी पूरा डेकोरेट करके भेजते हैं कि उसमें शादी के लिए जा सके, और अच्छी कार उसको भेजते हैं। तो ऐसा सारा चीज हम कर सकते हैं। वन मोर इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज कि हम ये बैंक ने, मैंने जब आपको बताया कि आप सोशली रिकॉग्नाइज हो सकते हैं, उससे सोशली हमारे हिंदू को यूनाइट कर सकते हैं और आप बड़ा बन सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये बैंक ने कॉरपोरेटर्स भी दिए, कई कॉरपोरेटर्स दिए, मेयर्स भी दिए, एमएलएस भी दिए, एमपीज भी दिए और चीफ मिनिस्टर्स भी दिए, और लास्ट में प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी दिया। तो नरेंद्र मोदी साहब ये बैंक के सदस्य थे। तो ऐसा इसमें पावर है, ये मॉडल इतना पावरफुल है कि आप इससे काम करना शुरू करेंगे और अपनी कम्युनिटी आगे बढ़ेगी, यूनाइट होगी और पावरफुल बनेगी। वन इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज कि मैं पहले बोला कि 0% इंटरेस्ट, तो हमने क्या किया कि 50,000 से कम लोन जो लेते हैं, वो तो छोटा आदमी होता है, 50,000 रुपया जो लोन उसको 1 साल में, 3 साल में, 5 साल में रिपे करना होता है, वो तो कितना छोटा आदमी होगा। हमने सोचा कि भाई उन आदमी से हमें पैसा नहीं कमाना है, तो हमने 0% इंटरेस्ट चार्ज किया। मीन्स हमने इंटरेस्ट चार्ज किया, लेकिन उसको पूरा इंटरेस्ट जो रेगुलर था, उसको पूरा इंटरेस्ट एफडी के रूप में हमने उसको वापस कर दिया। तो जो मैं पहली स्लाइड में बताया कि 0% इंटरेस्ट चार्ज करना है, तो हमने छोटे लोगों को 0% इंटरेस्ट चार्ज किया, बड़े लोगों से हमने चार्ज लिया, क्योंकि हमारा कोऑपरेटिव बैंक का मोटिव पैसा कमाना नहीं है, लाइक प्राइवेट बैंक। तो हम पैसा कमाने के लिए नहीं है, हम हमारी सोसाइटी का अपलिफ्टमेंट के लिए है। तो सोसाइटी कैसे अपलिफ्ट होती है वो हमारी सोच रहती है, नहीं कि हमारा प्रॉफिट बढ़े, वो हमारी सोच रहती है। तो इसलिए हम ये दे सके, 0% हम चार्ज कर सके। और हमने कोई भी हमारी डिपॉजिट आप कभी भी चेक करोगे तो हम ऑलवेज वी आर पेइंग 1% हायर देन द प्रीमियर बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, दैट इज स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया। तो स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया से हम every time we pay 1% more interest। and मैंने क्या किया कि जब मैं चेयरमैन था तो मैंने क्या किया कि मैंने आरबीआई से कागज लिखा कि भाई मैं जब मुझे जो भी मैं कमाता हूं, मैं मेरे मेंबर के लिए कमाता हूं, तो हमारे मेंबर मैं ज्यादा कमाऊं और हमारे मेंबर को कम मिले, उसके बजाय मैं ऐसा चाहता हूं कि हमारे मेंबर को डिपॉजिट कंपलसरी होती है इसमें, कि हर मेंबर को कुछ ना कुछ डिपॉजिट देना ही होता है। तो मेरे मेंबर को 15%, जब 10% इंटरेस्ट रेट चल रहा था, तब मैंने आरबीआई को लिखा कि मैं 15% मेरे मेंबर को देना चाहता हूं, कि जैसे क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली द प्रॉफिट बिलोंग्स टू देम। तो मैं वैसे भी मैं 10% डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर करता हूं, तो 50% तो मैं आईटी देता हूं। हेलो,
Please
कोई
Can you
म्यूट
please
करें?
mute. Please
yourself?
mute those who are not speaking. Please mute yourself.
कल्पक जी, थोड़ा रिक्वेस्ट आ रहा है एक, we have some people that don't understand English, Hindi, so
Okay.
we can go
No,
100%.
I'll try to speak in English.
Yeah, so we'll go 100% English, just so we can accommodate everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bank and branches are being supervised by dedicated and selfless businessmen, leaders, professionals of the society. So you all are like that, because I met some of you. Some of you are chartered accountant, lawyers, businessmen. So variety of board members, there will be variety of board members who are interested in upliftment of our Hindu society. So this is the beauty of this bank, unlike any other private bank. So this list is a small glimpse, and it is not whole thing. We will discuss it later on. So next page. So this is because this is possible because there are 7 cooperative basic principles on which cooperative banks are functioning. So these 7 are voluntary and open membership. You cannot say no to anybody. So it won't be only Hindu bank. There may be, say in South Africa, there are blacks, whites also in member, but it is managed by Hindus, and predominant members are Hindus. Democratic member control means the management is democratically elected. Member economic participation. Every member must use the facility of bank. So he must be a member, and he should be using this facility either as a depositor or a loaner. A loaner. So autonomy and independence. So it will be an independent bank, and not connected to anything, any party or something. Education, training, and information. So we must, because see, our minds are educated otherwise, that nothing is free, and we should work for our family only. And so we must educate the management that we have to work for our community, and we have to remind them, like I had to remind frequently to our South African counterparts. So cooperation amongst cooperatives. So it is the principle that we will be helping you to open a bank in Canada. So our bank will be cooperating, and it will be a cooperation amongst cooperative, and concern for community. So you have a concern for the community, so that you are opening this bank and helping our deserving candidates to fulfill their dreams. Next page. So we are planning to come to these countries also. Next. The solution is we will provide the latest and state-of-the-art software. Means banking business is a matured business, and any such institution which have financial limitation. So if we open this bank, say we can say anybody can contribute, say $1,000, and there are 100 members, then we have say around 100,000 Canadian dollars as a contribution. So in that money, you can't even buy a software, because banking business is a mature business. It requires a software, very complex software, and we will be providing you this software, because our bank has a software which is as good as or better than the software which are being used by any other nationalized banks. So we will be providing you this software. We will be a part of director or management team, so that you don't feel like it's a new to you, and how will you operate. We will be sitting in your management, so we will be helping you in every aspect. Next time you enter the bank, you will not be just a helpless account holder or borrower without a voice. So borrowers have no voice in any bank. When you demand, you go for borrowing some money, then you don't have any ways. What they tell you, and you have to do it. So in this case, it's your own bank. You have your voice. You can change the terms also. So next time when you enter your bank, it will be not a helpless account holder or borrower. You will enter the bank as a banker. Next. So we will be helping you strong helping hands. The Rajkot Nagrik Sahakari Bank, World Hindu Economic Forum will be helping you and go home with the determination to open Hindu bank in your area. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalpakji. Is there anyone who has any questions? If you have any questions, please do ask.
So I did
You
see
can-
some questions that I will share. We had first a comment from Sharda ji about legally we would have to allow non-Hindus into the bank as customers. And I believe Kalpak ji answered that, but Kalpak ji, if you can just re-answer that. So legally in Canada, what Sharda ji is saying that we would have to allow non-Hindus to become customers.
Yeah. So it was in 7 principles. I explained it, and I'm again explaining it, that it is open membership, but it will be managed by or predominated by Hindus.
Thank you. Next, we want to, before going on to more questions, we want to invite Bhadresh Pai. He is our director as well. We want Bhadresh to speak a little bit about cooperative banking that he's done here. So a credit union he's established here, very successful as well, what he's done. So we'll have him share a little bit. After that, we're going to go back to question and answer. So in the meantime, if you haven't put your question and answer, please do so. And Kavita ji will read those out, and I will do as well.
So may I continue?
Yes, Bhadresh, please briefly about our credit union.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Kalpakji, who gave us a really good presentation today, and we are so and it's really helpful to us in future, especially in Canada. So I have some.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bhadresh. It looks like it's so feeble. We can't hear you properly. So can you adjust the volume or mic?
I have no idea. So
okay,
it's good now.
It is just better. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, it is.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So as I said, whatever we seen in the screen, the Kalpakji showed us. I have some experience, like a very similar kind of experience. It's not the credit union, but I start for my own community, for the family and friends in 2013 with the 50 members. And each member contribute only $100 a month. So I start with 50 in 2013. So that means $1,200 a year. And my goal to start for that, we all know in Canada, all Canadians are aware for when we go to the bank for any financing we need, it's really hard to get it. So in my mind, I thought, why we not start something to cooperative, so cooperation with each other. So that just $100 contribution, we just collect some fund, very similar like the Kalpakji showed on in the slide. I have start to collect the fund, and from the first month, we launched the first loan with the $10,000 because initially we have 50 members. So I request to everyone, please deposit your contribution instead of every month, put it all together, 12 months together. So most of the people, mostly 80% members said, okay, we are paying $1,200 right away. So we start the first loan from $10,000 first month. So far now, since 2013 to now, I just give you an example. After a couple of years, instead of $50, instead of 50 members, I increased my limit. And right now I have 100, very close to 100 members. And that's the cap. I put it only for its limit for my family, friends, and my own community. You won't believe I have very close to $2 million funds in my the credit union. We have to do some lot of legalization in Canada, so it's not easy what we think. But so far now, that 100 people right now, currently I issue the 50,000 loan with 6% interest. Even everyone knows what's the prime rate right now. So if you go even right now for 50,000 loan to any nationalized bank in Canada, you can get it more than 7%, 8%. Still we issue the loan with 6% interest, and it's not showing in the credit because it's right now it's not in a system. So many people so far now get the benefit, and we issued the 105 loans. I'm still working for my own company. You can check the website bitrust.ca. This is not the software, but I try to create the transparency online so the member can check the balance for loan. I try my best, but the only thing is so I just share my idea to Naresh Bhai, and he is really impressed. Okay, why we not start with our on CHCC for our Hindu members and for our Hindu communities? And I said, this is the great idea. At least we can start from our members. We will decide it when we applied for the credit union. But at beginning, my suggestion to the all CHCC member, please take the initiative, and one of our board director, including myself, we take the initiative for that, and we can start from. We almost have more than 100 members now. I think how many? 130 members or something. Each month,
Yes,
and later on we will apply for the credit union. Right? So my suggestion is, before we start, at least we can start internally within a member. So on that way we can issue the loan to our member, and we can encourage to more community people to join with the CHCC, and that's our goal. How we given a more benefit to our member. So whatever terms and conditions we discuss with later on with our board of director, and that might be a better for each member, and we can take the benefit from the day one. So my suggestion is, if everyone is okay, then we can start even before we register the credit union. We can start right away within an internal system with the legal company. For that, it's very simple. We have to do just one registration, and we already have a not-for-profit corporation. But rather than that, we can make one new corporation, which is only belongs to this the money, the contribution for the money, and we open one bank account, any nationalized bank here. Whatever money we collect, we can issue the loan from that, whatever fund we have it, with the less interest rate. So for that way, in future, when we have sufficient fund, we can apply to credit union with the rules and regulation, which might be a better option for us. As per my opinion, this is the way we have to start it in Canada. Otherwise, it's not easy what we thought.
Okay, thank you so much, Bhadresh Bhai. Really appreciate your insight. So Bhadreshi, he's an example of how we can successfully do this. He's done this here, been very successful. We really appreciate Bhadreshi for sharing his insights on how it's been done, how we'll do it in the future. Now we want to get back, very limited with time today, but we want to get back to Kalpak ji. There's a couple more questions. We had another question about statistics in India. So if you can share some statistics about the success you've had, or any other statistics that you may have about the cooperative society in India that you've worked on.
See, cooperatives, there are 200 plus cooperative banks in Gujarat, and around 2000 pan India. And cooperative laws are almost same in every country. They all have just copied the laws, but they don't know how to do it. Generally, they have copied. And cooperatives, it's your own bank. So the management knows the borrower. The management knows everything about the borrower. So it is easy to grant the loan when they know everything. And it is less time consuming. It is, I mean, immediate compared to any other bank when you approach for the loan. And another part is we have heart and we want the borrower to progress, to be more strong Hindu. So it is a different story than other banks.
Thank you. Another question. It was banking sector in Canada has very strong regulations. Does this comply with Canadian guidelines? And I think Bhadeshti sort of answered that question as well. You know, he's done it here. It is possible. I want to know if Kalpakji can add anything else. So, you know, meeting those regulations, can it be done?
So if he has a registered credit union, you just have to change the name. And because he has restricted 100 members, so you don't restrict. See, ours, we have in Rajkot Nagrik, we have 3,25,000 plus members. It's the biggest in cooperative bank all over India, the biggest one. So just open up. And you have ready, the shell is ready. We have to just penetrate.
Kalpakji, I restrict it because it's way easier for me to manage it because I'm volunteering work for all the people. So, but at the CHCC platform, we can increase more than 1,000 people, 1,000 members. We have no problem because we have many directors. And in my company, we are 3 directors and we can manage self-volunteer. That's the reason I limit 200 members. I'm not going to more than 100 members right now.
No, I mean, I'm telling them to request you to change the name and expand the horizon.
If our president allow me, then I can do it. That's not a problem.
So it can be started from now onwards, and so there is no gestation period or there is no waiting period.
You are right. Everything is possible.
So it is possible to the answer. It is very much possible. And if we all work together, we would definitely get it done. So to the answer, regulations, can we do it? Yes, we can. Next, we had another question about, you know, shareholders, how much will we have? I think this is more of a Canadian side of thing. And, you know, for that, I think that's to be decided later. But Ishu, you want to add anything? Is there any legal requirement that you know of shareholders, anything?
I think Hardik Bhai is here and he is the CPA. Here, the limit for shareholder is 50 member, maximum 50 member.
50?
But how for the shareholder, yeah. As per my knowledge, it's a 50. Maybe Hardik Bhai correct me. He's a chartered accountant. But the member, we have no limit. A shareholder is different. Shareholder means they own the company. Like if we buy the business, we build the corporation. So the corporation is the 50 member. The limit they allow only maximum 50 members for shareholder. But for member, they have no limit. He can make more than even 1 million members should be okay. No problem.
Thank you so much, Bhadresh Bhai. Unfortunately, we're very tight on time. So if you have any more questions, please email it, right? We will definitely forward those to Kalpak Bhai. We will definitely get to Bhadresh Bhai as well, and we will get you an answer. So if there are
मेरी
questions,
पर्सनल रिक्वेस्ट सभी से जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे सुन रहे हैं, क्रेडिट यूनियन बनेगा तब बनेगा एटलीस्ट CHCC के प्लेटफॉर्म से we are start right away. After we you know what, for the small contribution, at least we can give a benefit to our member, as I said before. So उसी पे हमें concentrate करके आगे चलना है. आगे जाके जैसे कल्पक जैसे एडवाइस से हम क्रेडिट यूनियन बिल्डअप करेंगे तब करेंगे, लेकिन अभी से हम हमारे मेंबर को, आप समझो कि जैसे मैंने बोला 50,000 तक लोन तो मैं अभी देता हूँ, और अगर उसको 100,000 भी करना है, अभी मेरे पास इतना फंड है कि हम कर सकते हैं, लेकिन we decided in AGM how with all the members exception what's the limit for loan. So at least we need to start right away rather than we have to wait for credit union, because for that maybe we have to wait for a couple of years.
Okay.
Thank you.
मेरा सजेशन है कि आज जो भी है तो 1,000 आई मीन डॉलर, जो आपके लिए छोटी रकम जो भी है वो सब एक बार निकाले तो एक कमिटमेंट लेवल आ जाएगा
Even we
सबका.
don't need to force anybody. जिसको लेकिन लोन की रिस्ट्रिक्शन वही रखना है, जो मेंबर है उसी को लोन मिलेगा. Doesn't matter they are member or not. If they are not participate in contribution, we don't need to give them a loan. वो रूल्स रेगुलेशन में टर्म्स कंडीशन हम बना सकते हैं.
Bhadresh ji, there is one question from Prashant ji. They just want to get the name of your bank. It is B Trust, ऐसा बोला ना?
bitrust.ca.
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 And if it's in regards to the Hindu Credit Union, we will be starting that soon. So please, we've shown it is possible. We need everybody's support. If everybody works together, we will definitely get that done. And we are definitely planning to do it. Bhadresh said he's ready to step up. We have Hardik Shah, who introduced our speaker today, Kalpak Ji. So he's also ready to do it. We have a bunch of people, well-qualified professional people that have gotten it done. They're all ready to do this. All we need is everyone's support. So please, let's get together on this so we can get it done. Please email if you have any questions in regards to this. I know there's questions that we weren't able to get to, and time is very short. So we have to make sure we end this program on time. So we will make sure that we get your questions answered. That way we can all.
Sorry to interrupt. I need to say very thankful to Kalpak Manyarji, because he told us he will providing us a free software. So we, from the behalf of CHCC, we are very thankful to Kalpak, who will provide us just free software, because I paid more than $5,000 for my company, and the Kalpak ji provided as a free software. I think he told us verbally in last commitment.
Okay, thank you, Bhadresh. So definitely, we have all the support. So we need, everybody's support for that. So please contact us. If we didn't get your question, please email. We will definitely get you an answer. I want to thank the rest of our board members, some of our other board members that were joining. They're not on the panelist. Some panelists, actually, I'll start with, that didn't get a chance to speak. Badriji is our secretary, joining all the way from the north part of not only Canada, but the world. He's from Nunavut. So thank you very much, Badriji, for coming. Thank you so much for your continued support behind the scenes and with the organization. I want to thank Kavitaji. Kavitaji, thank you so much once again for
I want you to speak about upcoming events, Kushagraji. There are so many exciting events which we are planning. So please speak about that before you wind up.
Yes, no, absolutely. Quickly, I just want to finish by thanking everyone. So Bhadreshi, thank you so much. One of our members from the core from the beginning. He's been with us day one, always contributing. Kavita ji from Ottawa, right? Bhadreshi from Kitchener, right? He's always been helping us. Some of our other directors, Maharishi ji is our member of the year from last year. He is the secretary this year. And, I don't want to forget Nareshi, our president. Thank you so much. Apart from that, we have some of our directors that are, I can see in attendees, they're trying to be, behind the scenes, but I see your names and you are going to get a shout out. So Anantji, thank you so much for joining us. Anantji is our member representing the Tamil community. He is from Scarborough, right here in the Greater Toronto area. Aside from that, I do see Vidya Varmaji. So Vidya ji, thank you so much for joining. Apart from that, we have our advisory board members that were not able to join us today, but some of them I will mention off the bat. Surinder ji, always very helpful and a force behind, and Dr. Sachin ji, right? Aswani Dutt, all of these people, they're very essential to our organization. So I really want to thank them. for their continued support. Although they weren't here, they've been helping behind the scenes. Last, I want to talk about, before talking about the events, I want to give a shout out to our FII. So our Vidyadharji, I don't know if he's still here, but the Vidyaji was very instrumental in getting this MOU with FII. So Vidyaji, thank you so much. Vidyaji is also a life member of our organization, and he made a very big effort to get these two organizations connected. So Vidyaji had a big hand in that. And, Vidyaji doing a lot of stuff for the community, very actively involved in the community. So thank you so much, Vidyaji.
Thank you, Kushalji. Such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your support. And, let's continue working for the community.
Absolutely.
Rest of our FII team, Dr. Jain, thank you so much, Dr. G, for everything. It was a pleasure to have you here. Dr. G is a great person, great speech about the FII, the things they're going to do and things what we'll do in the future with FII. Rest of the FII team, Dr. Vyas, thank you so much. And I believe Mr.
Shailendra Ji,
Shailendra.
Yeah. And Udentu.
Yeah, Udentu Verma Ji. And I think Mehta Ji has dropped offline, but he was also very instrumental in signing the MOU. We worked very closely with him, getting all the documents done, all the paperwork. And I think I missed one more of our director that is joining, Rangaji. So Rangaji, thank you so much for joining. And with Rangaji is instrumental in our next event, which is happening on June 23rd. An email will go out. So we have an event on June 23rd on Zoom. Please register as soon as possible. This event will be by Ram Jaladurgam, and he will be talking about the 5 secrets of influential business leaders. So if you're ready to take your business leader skills to the next level, if you're ready for an exclusive session where we unveil the secrets behind some of our business leaders, please join us June 23rd at 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. And you will get some of the biggest secrets out there and hopefully become a success.
Awesome.
Another event we have is our Invest India, Invest Canada event. That will be happening on June 30th, 2023. So that event will be very big. It's our key signature. We had that last year as well, the Invest India, Invest Canada event. So this year it's going to be happening at the Holiday Inn near the Toronto Pearson Airport. So it's the Holiday Inn at the airport. Very convenient location. Last year we had a big success with the event. We had a virtual appearance from the Union Minister of India for Commerce. We had representatives from all over, all 3 levels of government here in Canada, federal, provincial, and some municipal. And, Bhadreshi, he organized that, very instrumental in last year's success. We had 150 people joining us in Southwestern Ontario. So it was a great event. This year, we're going to do the same thing. So please, everyone, watch the email for the registration. That one is limited invite only. So please make sure you register for it and attend that event because it will be limited invite. It will be limited people only. So please make sure that you do register for the event as soon as possible. Because it's always in high demand and it's going to be, less seats available. Before that, I want Mahadishiji, I think he wants to say something.
Thank you, Kushalji. I want to recognize our advisory board member, Amit Goyalji, who's been present with us throughout the beginning and throughout this whole event. Amitji is also in the banking sector, so we'll be using his expertise to be helping us set up this cooperative bank and taking his advice. So he's our life member as well as advisory board member. So thank you, Amitji.
Thank you so much, Maharishi. I apologize for missing the name. Amit is a very senior banker. He's been very instrumental in some of our meetings as well in regards to this Hindu Credit Society. So I really want to thank Amit Goyalji for being at the event today as well and being a part of our organizing team. And, Amit is a very advisory board member, very instrumental in the organization as well. Thank you so much. If there's anyone else I missed, I sincerely apologize. But, we want to thank everyone, and even those that are not members but have joined today, we still want to thank you because this organization is for the Hindu community of Canada. And it doesn't matter if you're a member or not. The fact that you're coming here means you're trying to contribute to economic unity of Canadian Hindus. So the fact that everybody joined today on a Friday evening, that's the biggest thing for the community. That's the biggest thing for the organization. And without your involvement, without your efforts, the Hindu community will not grow, the organization will not grow, and we won't get anywhere. So thank you so much to everyone that joined. And Kavita ji, any parting words?
Thank you, Kushagaji. I would like to welcome Naresh Chavdaji for the closing remarks. He's our CHCC president. Welcome, Naresh ji.
Thank you, Kavita ji. First, thank you to FII, our MOU partner from India. They are doing great in India and for India and economy. So same way we are trying from Canada part. I want to thank our speaker, Kalpesh Maniar ji. He is a very busy person, and part of his busy schedule in early morning from India, he joined us. Thank you, Bhadresh bhai. He has experience. He's on our board, but he has experience in the same industry we are thinking as a CHCC. All our board of director, advisory board, all attendees, member and non-member, I want to thank you. We come up with those kind of continue good events. As Kushagarji mentioned, 30th of June, we have an in-person event at Holiday Inn in Toronto. So please join. Try to continue follow the our social media so you get updated. Our team is very enthusiastic and they come up with a very good event. Always help to Canadian Hindus and Canadian economy. Thank you. Thank you, Kavita ji.
Thank you. So we'll meet on 30th in person. Thank you, everyone. Shubhratri. Have a great
Shubhratri.
week.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavita ji.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Thank
Very
you.
well organized.
Thank you once again. I think today all our team leaders deserve a big congratulations from FII team and from CHCC team. Let us work together. This union of both the associations should mean greater business for the Indian community,
Absolutely.
both in India, both in Canada. And I think whenever we meet next, some tangible results will be there for us to see. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan Sahab. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
FII team.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Shubhratri.